Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for May 29th, 2026, and although most of the new arrivals didn't get here because of the holiday, I still already received an immense amount of new arrivals to show you guys. So this would have been an insane week had most of this stuff shown up. But because of the holiday, the fact that you're not getting anybody shipping on Memorial Day, Monday, a lot of stuff was delayed for the video, but it's not going to be delayed for release, which is this Friday. But I can't show it to you until next week. So there's some big titles, like for instance, the Paul McCartney is supposed to come out this week. I can't show it to you. It's not actually coming until later today. So, well, later today when you watch this video. It's coming late Thursday for release on Friday, but that doesn't help me for this video when I film it on Wednesday. See where I'm coming there? Okay. So, a lot of stuff to still show you guys. A couple of new arrivals from Mobile Fidelity and Analogue Productions, and then tons of stuff that already had come. Some stuff comes real early, some stuff's to the last minute. So some stuff comes like a week before release date. Some stuff comes the day of release, but most of the time I get everything in time to film this video, just not today. Anyways, pre-orders were announced this week. A couple of surprises for me. Starting with Angel Olsen's My Woman. Mobile Fidelity is doing that at 33 RPM. That is kind of a out of left field title, but that is not really out of left field anymore because they're kind of getting to the point where they're doing a lot of this type of stuff. The non-traditional, audiophile titles, the more esoteric indie titles, 90s alt-rock titles, just stuff that has not typically been audiophile fodder, Mobile Fidelity's doing now. So it's a surprise, but not a surprise. They're doing Angel Olsen's My Woman. Again, to be announced. They haven't given a release date, but typically with MoFi now, within the next 3 months, that is coming out as a standard 33 RPM LP. They're only doing 2,000 of them, which is probably the right number, but we'll see. Dua Lipa has an album coming out live from Mexico, coming out June 26th. Madonna has her 15th studio album coming out, Confessions 2, coming out as a regular vinyl variant and an indie vinyl exclusive coming out July 3rd. Artone is a new label. I think it's affiliated with Music on Vinyl, but they have a new premium audiophile label coming out. And the first title on this label is Golden Earrings Moontan. It's going to be 45 RPM, 2 LP set. On the hype, it says remastered from the Analogue tapes. I don't know if it's remastered or cut. It's kind of positioning itself to where this is something that would be cut from tape, but they're not really saying that. I'm taking it with a grain of salt. Hopefully I can get some clarification on that. But yeah, remastered from the Analogue tapes by Red Bullet. Coming out June 26th. So I don't know how this is going to be. It's up for pre-order on the website. It could be a cool series. A couple of New Order titles were announced. The Best of New Order and the Best of the Rest of New Order. So Substance was all of their 12-inch singles as kind of like a greatest hits. This is their true like greatest hits. It's not the 12-inch singles. This is their true greatest hits on vinyl. I don't know if it ever came out on vinyl. I don't think it ever got a US release. It might have been a European only release. But yeah, that should be cool. The New Order stuff, it's funny, a lot of years went by when nothing was in print. I was getting imports 10 years ago, but they were really expensive. Now we've got everything, including Substance, which needed a repress, and now the best of. So if you're looking to buy New Order on vinyl these days, you're covered. But there was a lot of years where that wasn't the case. I do have a Whatnot later on today at 5 o'clock Arizona time. If you're unfamiliar with Whatnot, it is a live stream where I auction stuff off. So I'm going to be live streaming. You can interact with me, talk, questions, but I'm also going to be auctioning stuff off in the stream. It lasts 1 hour. That'll be later today, 5 o'clock Arizona time. I'm going to be auctioning off stuff from around the store. Also a decent amount of 7 inches. We do have a release party for the Paul McCartney Boys of Dungeon Lane, which is coming out again this week. But the release party is on Friday at 4 o'clock. What's cool about the release party, and I don't know if this is something that's really ever been done before, but there is going to be a release party specific variant that you can only buy at the release parties. It is going to be a gray vinyl version with a art print. It was allocated. I think I got a couple dozen coming, something around that, 20, 30 copies. But it was allocated, and I get a lot of phone calls on it in the past week or two. So, I mean, it's going to be a pretty popular release party. I've been doing a lot of these release parties lately, and this one, unlike a lot of other ones, is cool because it has a specific item for the release party that you can only get at the release party. But we'll see how it goes. If you're in the Valley, if you want to come to the release party, 4 o'clock, Friday, what is that, the 20, this Friday, tomorrow. Okay, let's get to this week's new arrivals, starting with, I guess let's get the digital stuff out of here. Starting with the My Morning Jacket Z. This is the SACD. This comes out, this is, limited to 2,500 copies. I wonder when this was released. This is barcode, serial number 2012. Couple of Analogue Productions titles on SACD. John Coltrane's Coltrane Jazz. Coltrane's My Favorite Things. Bags and Train, John Coltrane. Donny Hathaway, Everything is Everything. I think some of these might be restocks. Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare. Bob Marley's Uprising. Genesis's Nursery Chime. Crime. Boz Scaggs, the self-titled Boz Scaggs. T-Bone Walker, T-Bone's Blues. Genesis, the self-titled album, the Star album, but self-titled. Bad Company's Run with the Pack. Bad Company's Desolation Angels. A restock of the 5.1 surround and SACD of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Pretty good album. If you've never listened to it, check it out. I recommend it. It's pretty solid. Alan Parsons, Eye in the Sky. This is the Blu-ray audio disc with the 2026 Dolby Atmos mix. Also contains a stereo HD remaster of the original album by Miles Showell at Abbey Road Studios. And it also includes a 5.1 surround sound mix. Then I've got just 2 restocks here, a couple of UHQRs, Steely Dan's Gaucho and Steely Dan's Asia. All right. New. Got in the UHQR of ZZ Top's Trace Hombres as a UHQR. From Mobile Fidelity, Carly Simon's Anticipation. I showed you the SACD, but here is, let's see if they have a date on here. Nope. Here is the One Step My Morning Jacket Z, limited to 2,500 copies. So this puts this at the lowest production One Step with Santana, because I think Santana was limited to 2,500 copies. Try to clear some space. From Analogue Productions, part of the Acoustic Sounds 40th anniversary celebration, we have America self-titled with Horse with No Name. Gordon Lightfoot's Sundown. Same series. Let's see, mastered and cut to lacquer from the original Analogue, from the original master tapes. Mastered and cut to lacquer from the original master tapes. Got the Spars code on here now. Montrose, mastered and cut from the original master tape. Same thing, part of the Acoustic Sounds 40th anniversary series. This is numbered to 376. Sometimes we get numbered copies, sometimes we don't. George Benson Breezin'. Mastered and cut to lacquer from the original master tape, part of the Acoustic Sounds 40th series. Couple Bill Evans here. We've got the Bill Evans Tony Bennett album with the upgraded, the upgraded deluxe jacket. A lot of the Bill Evans are, because they're doing a lot of the Bill Evans as a box set break. So what was in the box, you're starting to be able to get them individually, but they have the older, cheaper jacket. Bill Evans, Harold Land, Kenny Burrell, Ray Brown, and Philly Joe Jones, Quintessence. Mastered and cut to lacquer from the original master tape. Speaking of the devil, here's a couple of the box breaks. Bill Evans Trio, Moonbeams. So again, doesn't have the deluxe jacket like the new ones do. And Interplay, Bill Evans Interplay. And Bill Evans Explorations. New from Kraft, the latest Jazz Dispensary Top Shelf series. All analog, cut from the original master tapes by Kevin Gray, a coherent audio. Really cool new hype sticker. The Visitors, Motherland, from Muse Records. We have a couple of titles from Black Jazz. The Best of Black Jazz Records. Great avant-garde label. If you're not familiar with it, check it out, but this is kind of a comp. And then we've got the Best of Doug Karn, featuring the voice of Gene Karn, on Soul Jazz Records. I love Doug Karn. I am not a fan of the singing. Some of his records have some, speaking of, Gene Karn, not a huge fan of the singing, but his instrumental stuff is fantastic. From ECM, Joe Lovano, Paramount Quartet. I was thinking if this was, my brain was going, because I'm thinking, is this a ECM Luminescence? But no, this is a brand new Joe Lovano title. Just happens to be on ECM. Emmett Cohen, Universal Truth, from Mac Avenue Records. This is cool. Smashing Pumpkins, Gish. This is a Record Store Day essential. You can only get this at independent record stores. It's a color variation exclusive to stores that participate in Record Store Day. That's what an RSD essential is. This is gray with pink and purple splatter vinyl. And then they did it as a standard vinyl version on just black vinyl. Another RSD Essential title. We've got the self-titled, Danzig 1. Technically self-titled, yeah. This is the RSD Essential on opaque white vinyl. They did it on black vinyl already, but these are the RSD Essentials. Here is Danzig 2 on translucent ruby vinyl. Oddly enough, a record that really has needed to be in print for quite some time and hasn't been. Always a great seller. Hard to find clean original copies of it. Electrolyte Orchestra's Out of the Blue. But back in print from Sony Legacy. The Who, Live at Eden Project. 24 tracks. Let's see, 3 LP, 180 gram black vinyl. This is a live show from July 25th, 2023. On Ear Music. Boy, I don't even remember ordering this, but this is cool. This is from Music on Vinyl. This is Jeff Buckley, the Grace EPs. 5 EP set, including, Radio Theater, So Real, Live from the Bataclan, The Grace, and Last Goodbye. Includes insert with liner notes, and they're in 5 like European EP sleeves kind of inside there. From Music on Vinyl. Boards of Canada, Inferno. This is the standard black vinyl version, or well, non-indie. I don't know if they, sometimes the non-indie versions are still not on black vinyl. The indie will be like yellow and the regular vinyl will be blue, but most of the time the standard vinyl is black. Let's see, deluxe edition, 2 LP red translucent vinyl, triple gatefold sleeve, and a 16-page booklet. So this is a lot more than just a color variation. Youngblood, Idols 2, the long-awaited second installment to Idols, featuring 6 brand new songs on clear vinyl. 6 songs. It's kind of like an EP and not an album. Tedeschi Trucks Band Live, Revelator, originally released on CD in 2012, fire orange with black swirl vinyl pressing on Real Gone Music. See what I mean? For a lot of the new arrivals not being here, there's a lot of new arrivals that are here. Future Islands, From a hole in the floor to a fountain of youth. Blue and apricot vinyl. Toro Yamoy, the seminal third album, Anything in Return. This is the rose quartz vinyl version. All Them Witches, Houses of Mirrors. This is on chili colored vinyl. And then this is the Apple Black Wave colored vinyl. So yeah, here's a prime example. I think this is the standard vinyl version, which is on Apple Black Wave vinyl. What is Apple Black Wave? It's not scented, so I'm guessing maybe green. I guess there's red apples. Not a clue. Manchester Orchestra live at Union Chapel on special sea blue colored vinyl. Whir, the name of this album is Sway. On kind of a gray marbled vinyl. Monster Magnet, Dopes to Infinity. Full of sprawling space rock with soaring fuzz and epic hooks. This is the 2LP black vinyl version. The Ghost at the Gates. Future Dead. Let's see, limited to 1,000 copies on sea blue vinyl. And then that's probably the indie, and this is the standard version. Let's see, LP on black, 180 gram vinyl. Limited to as many copies as they could sell. Oh yeah, Mr. Rogers. Let's see. Mr. Rogers, it's such a good feeling. The best of Mr. Rogers. 21 track collection of Mr. Rogers classics. Pressed on opaque yellow vinyl. Let's see. Won't You Be My, I was going to say, better have Won't You Be My Neighbor on it. Can you believe it? Like, if they had this without Won't You Be My Neighbor? Oh, this has such classic bangers as Tree, Tree, Tree. It's You I Like. You Are Special. Pretending. Be brave, be strong. Today is a very special day. And I think I'm going to like today. Yeah, from Omnivore Records. Don Williams, Epilogue, The Cellar Tapes. BAS, B-A-S, Too High to Riot. 10-year anniversary edition on Sunset Glass vinyl. There was an issue with this coming out the first time around. This is the recent half-speed master of Alan Parsons' project on clear vinyl. We got the black vinyl. The clear was delayed. Here it is. There was a couple of outstanding pre-orders for it. Those will be sent out right away. Let's see. This is the clear vinyl version of The Turn of a Friendly Card, Alan Parsons. I think this is just a restock. Now we're getting into the restock section, but there's a lot of killer restocks in here. Starting with Mobile Fidelity's Fleetwood Mac self-titled album. Santana's Abraxas from Mobile Fidelity. Always popular. Look how many copies they're up to already. This is 10,066. And it hasn't really been out that long, but it sells like gangbusters. Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Trilogy. Tiny Music by Stone Temple Pilots. The Doobie Brothers, Teloise Street. This is a restock from Rhino Reserve. This is the self-titled America. This will actually perfectly complement the 45 RPM. This is the 33 RPM cut by Matt Luthans. And I want to say Matt Luthans did this. I mean, he's been doing most of the AP stuff now. But cut from tape, I'm guessing he did this at 33 and probably that shortly after at 45. Ooh. This is The Faces, Ooh La La. This is the limited edition, number 2, 5,000 copies. Kind of crazy. So recently, we had, I want to say a week or two ago, the Faces Ooh La La cut by Chris Bellman from tape. And here is the Kevin Gray Rhino Hi-Fi cut from tape. The other one's 25 versus 40. That has the gimmick cover. This one does not. This has the typical Rhino Hi-Fi cover. There it is. Imogen Heap. Speak for yourself. I don't think this is a restock. I've never seen this before. Got mixed in. Sturgill Simpson, A Sailor's Guide to Earth. This record is going to sell out at some point because they have been making this thing nonstop for years. The stampers can't be around that much longer. They're going to reach peak capacity of what they can get off of those original stampers. But this is Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. This is the definitive one to own. All analog, cut from the tapes by Kevin Gray. This won my shootout. This is on the top 100 imprint analog records you should own list that I just came out with. Awesome. I'm not a fan of 45s, but if I was to listen to this album, it would be this because it's so much better than everything else. Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. Don't sleep on it. There is going to be a point in time where it's gone. And I feel like we got to be getting there. Nancy Griffith, Other Voices. Alan Toussaint's Southern Night, part of the Rhino Reserve series. This one was done by Chris Bellman. Also done by Chris Bellman, this is The Faces. A Nod is as good as a wink. I'm almost sure, yeah. This is the one that Chris Bellman did. Cut from the original 1971 Analog Master. I believe this is also on my top 100 imprint analog records you should own list. Sounds killer. Drop the Needle, Mrs. Judy's Farm, puts a smile on your face. Great sounding record. Eddie Hazel, Game Dames and Guitar Things. Guitarist, original guitarist on Maggot Brain. Killer record. He does a couple of great covers on here. California Dreamin' with Mamas and the Papas and I Want You, She's So Heavy. But what a great record. Very hard to find an original of, so the Rhino Reserve is the way to go. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. White and true metal gray marbled vinyl. Devo, Are We Not Men? We Are Devo. Rhino Hi-Fi. All analog, cut from the master tape by Kevin Gray. Like all Rhino Hi-Fis, including these coming up, got a restock of the self-titled Black Sabbath self-titled and the Black Sabbath Paranoid. Another Rhino Hi-Fi, The Grateful Dead's American Beauty. And an absolute killer Rhino Hi-Fi, The Doors self-titled. And the Rhino Hi-Fi that I'm the most fond of because I was in the room when Kevin mastered it and my initials are in the dead wax. So I could be possibly jaded on that. But it does sound awesome. The Doors, LA Woman, my favorite album of all time, and this is so very good. All right, guys, all this stuff can be purchased online at the website at theingroove.com. Until next time.